Well, my next anniversary movie came out October 25th of 2002. A 15-year-old movie called Ghost Ship. This starred Julianne Margulies from the show ER and Gabriel Bryan. The only other movie I remember this guy in was he was in a movie called End of Days. He turned out to be Satan, and this was the movie with Schwarzenegger back in '99 before the new millennium rolled around. Ghost Ship, like I mentioned, was 15 years ago, and this film is actually about a group of boat scavengers who try to, find everything that they can. So one day they're actually at this bar here, and this guy comes up. He's a pilot, and he says, "There's this particular ship that I would like you guys to go after." And he's like, "Well, did you talk to the Coast Guard and all that?" And the guy's like, "I did, but it's in international waters, so that means it's anybody's fair game." And they go onto this ship here, and then really after that is just the whole cliche book of a horror movie. They go on this ship. One of them actually starts seeing ghosts, this little girl here. And then, honestly, you don't really, and then other ones do start seeing ghosts later on, or a few here and there, not all of them actually do. And it was just like, I really, even when I first saw it, I thought it was okay. Now I gotta actually say this is a horrible, scary movie. All the actors, really, I felt like a lot of them just didn't care to be in this film. They phoned it in. Julia Margulies was probably the closest, but even so, she was as generic as everybody else. I think she was just slightly above there. The little girl, who's not really even in it that much, is okay. But this was really, like I said, straight by the book kind of thing of how things were going to go. People start dying, this, and this. Now, at the very beginning of the film, I really don't want to give too much away here, but the very beginning, maybe the first 5-10 minutes of the film here, they show a boat. It's like in 1969 or something like that. It's all the rich, snobby people. And then something happens to them without giving it away there. Then, like I said, after that, once you start seeing the characters that you're supposed to care about, you really don't. I felt like this should have not been a full movie. I felt like this could have been Tales from the Crypt kind of episode, Twilight Zone, Outer Limits. It could have been one of those kind of half an hour to an hour show here. And unfortunately, this crappy movie had an open ending. This movie that was about 91 minutes long or something like that, you really didn't care for. Like I said, I enjoyed maybe the first 5 minutes. Some of the dialogue was okay. But really, I would have to say about 90-95% of the dialogue was pretty stupid. And like I said, about 10% was actually just okay. Nothing that was, over the top, really good, a fun kind of thing. But this was one of those films I really wish they would maybe show more of the ghosts, more than just the little girl and all that. And then when they do finally get to the flashback, it was almost like, really, there could have been a lot more to it. And again, I don't want to give that away either, but I thought there could have been more to it. Like I said, I wish they would have showed more ghosts, more things happening, and it was almost like, no, not really. If you died on this ship, your soul stays on this ship. And they do explain that again at the end on that too. There was one brief fight scene between good and evil on the ship here, but it went so freaking fast, it really wasn't entertaining. It was like, hey, and then that was what it was. It just seemed like it was just that quick there. It was crazy. Have you seen Ghost Ship? And if you have, what did you think about it? Give me a comment down below. Once again, if you haven't seen this one, what did you think about my review? Have I convinced you to stay away from it? Or have I convinced you enough that you're like, you know what, screw this guy, I'm going to go watch it on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever? I'm just kind of curious. Give me a comment on that one too. Thank you guys so much for watching another anniversary film. This is Ghost Ship 15 years ago. And as always, stay awesome.